So, greetings, ladies and gentle players. It's another wonderful Monday this October of 2021, making it a wonderful day for murder, but clearly, I'm not the one playing today. Reason being, I just got done with simuls. I don't really want to, sit down and play another game, but that's fine, because I've got some delicious murder games coming your way. You see, all throughout the year, doing my due diligence, mark games that I think could be the bloodiest games of that year so we can review them at the end. December's coming up and you are going to see the finalists very, very shortly. However, as we progress through the year, there are some that are clearly not going to make the cut. So what do we do then? Just ignore them? I don't think we're going to just ignore them. No. We can still go back and appreciate the murdery goodness even if they aren't the most murdery games of the year. And let me tell you, the one I think is going to win this year, ooh, it's a doozy. Ooh, it's a doozy. You're gonna love it in December. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out. But yeah, this time we got a game here between two fine players that you can find in Japan. Just like you can find yourself if you go to the one-stop shop for in-person Go, Baduk.club, and you might be able to find yourself on the little map that they've got. It is, well, unfortunately, don't tell me how many people are on here anymore. Last time I checked, it was getting pretty close to 3,000 little markers around here, all around the world. They've added a couple of interesting, cool little new features, too. Like, as you zoom in, you can see that starts getting populated here. We've got the National Go Center, Arthur Lewis Go Club, Nova Go, University of Maryland Go Club, University of Maryland. You're on there twice. What do you think you are, special? And different people around in the area too, like this Eva D person, whoever that is. Apparently they're a Go player in the area of the screen that you're looking at right now, which is fantastic. But for some reason, let's say you don't like people, I understand that completely, and you hate going outside because as you know, the sun burns us, and all you want to do is just sit indoors and play and go over games. That's completely fine. They got you covered there with some great vintage equipment. This board's pretty cool. Only 172 for a floorboard. Pretty good. As well as cheaper sets too. So whether you're looking for people or looking for some cheap equipment that might be in your price range, BadukClub has got you covered. Check them out if you haven't already done so. Thanks as always in part to them for sponsoring these videos. So all right, we got good old Asami over here. This is a female professional game of the Japanese variety. 6-dan versus 4-dan. And the 4-dan is black. Also takes the handy, ever so dandy 3-4 point. Obviously goes without saying was played this year. White takes a 3-3. Not going to be able to 3-3 her, are you? Not when she's already taken the point for herself. That is a 5-head move if I've ever seen one. Double 3-4 points. Gotta love them. Looks like no one's getting 3-3 today. And it's confirmed with another 3-4 stone being slapped down. All right. Now we got ourselves a game. A game devoid of those 3-3 invasions. They'll have to think about how to approach. Do they do it high? Do they do it low? Do they pincer? Do they back off? How do they pincer? Lots of questions they're going to have to ask themselves. Very exciting stuff. Enclosing's fine, nothing wrong with that. White approaches because we do corner, side, and then center. And this is clearly a corner that we can approach, so we're going to go ahead and hit it. Not a problem. A pincer. That's amazing right there. It's been a while since I've seen pincers to 3-4 approaches in professional games, if I say so myself. It's a bit rare now. It's a bit rare. White is apparently on the side of, you know what, pincers are a little bit slow these days. I'm going to take myself an enclosure. And you know what? It makes sense to say that. Because even with one more move, you can't kill this one stone. Even with two more moves, it still has some agi to it. Only with 3 invested moves is this stone completely dead in the water, and not really to be of any more use. So, okay. That said, you pincered your opponent and they ignored you, so you're going to follow up. And Black says, I don't care, I'm going to play faster. How you like dem apples, you stupid little Fordon. Get on my level. I'm not 4-don. I'm not 5-don. I'm 6-don. I'm going to just outplay you, is what I'm absolutely certain White was saying here. Nice, smooth, and basic following up. And White just takes more territory. Now, I have to say, when I see things like this, I always start to wonder, why is White backing off? Is White not confident of their fighting ability? Do they just not want to fight this game? It makes me wonder more and more, like, have they played before? And don't you know it? They have. They have. They played 4 other times besides this match. And in those games, Black won all 4 games. So now we start having a little bit of a different narrative here. We see White backing way off from Black. And it's an interesting coincidence. It's an interesting coincidence that after losing to her 4 times, we seem to have a narrative, I don't want to fight you. Coincidence? Maybe. Maybe, but it's interesting to note that, if I do say so myself. Black expands, obvious. Respectful double wing to White, okay. Get the position right. Expands again. Very, very, very passive game so far. They're both kind of taking points. Now, I know what you're thinking. How did this end up as one of the finalists, as one of the potentials for the bloodiest game of 2021? This is peaceful game. This isn't bloody game. I think you're looking at the wrong folder. You're looking at the most peaceful game of 2021 folder, not the bloodiest. But stick with me. The story gets better. And it starts, as all things do, with a rather calm and innocent-looking invasion. This just wants to timely, reduce a little bit of territory, you know. It's not looking to get into a fight. Just wants to do a little bit of reduction. We can respect it. But, little miss, I've beat you 4 times. Not gonna just play a simple Joseki in the corner or back off. No. She plays an aggressive move. A big move. She plays an I'm going to own you and tattoo my name on your forehead move. Leaning for more influence. Well, we only lean on things when we want to get stronger. And we would only want to get stronger as if we're prepping for an attack. Interesting to note. White responds. Probably wondering, what are you about to do to me? Got the kick in. Strengthening more. Offering up a lot of points. So we've got good old Asami here. She's given up a lot of territory. White isn't taking it lying down. Big move this, by the way. Even if you play this one, You have to remember this is now Sensei to cut through. So, free move. Denying the free move and creating a cutting point. It's big. It's big stuff, big stuff. Asking for a cut through. Denied. Asking for a cut through. Accepted. Interesting. Enlarging that corner. I'm surprised too. It looks like, if I didn't know any better, that black is going for influence and giving up territory. Fourth line, in fact. Don't see that very often, especially in games nowadays. Little unpredictable moves like this are kind of why I've been really enjoying going over female pro games this year in particular. Because a lot of like the top male players, you know what they're going to play before they play it, practically speaking, in a lot of situations. They're going to usually prioritize the territory in like opening sequences, Joseki choices, how they choose to fight. So these little decisions here were like, you know what? What if I just go for the middle instead? It's like, really? In this era? Wow. Tell me more. Perhaps black wants to fight white, was trying to not... Yeah, maybe, yeah. White's still denying any fights. That's true. White's still like, you want to fight here? I ain't doing it. Nah, I ain't doing this. I'm taking my points, and I ain't fighting you. I lost you 4 times in a row. I ain't playing. Can't make me. So, black drops the bombshell. You will fight me. You will fight me. Otherwise, you are giving me 10 lines of how much territory? 7? Can we have 70 points, Plix? 70, 80, 90, 100? More? You will fight me. You will come in here, and you will fight me, and you will like it. I beat you 4 times. I'm gonna beat you again. Very impressive, very impressive. Now, honestly, at this point, I kind of half expect white to just, like, play here. And be like, nah, I ain't doing that. Nah, I'll keep building. But apparently she knows her opponent very well, very, very, very well. Challenge accepted, says white. Not backing off. Not backing off. Going to go into the that little 100 territory zone there and say, I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live. That's what I'm gonna do. Hane, extend, extend. So far, very, very obvious sequences. Looking for that shape. Denied. The shape we're talking about right now, by the way, is something like this. You wouldn't want to give this to white because we've got shape all over the place. We're getting like an eye here. There's potential of like eyes here. Not the shape you want to give your opponent if you want to, unless you want to let them off kind of rather easily, you know? So push. Okay. No escaping for you. And immediately, I again know what you're thinking. You're thinking, okay, this game's over in like 20 moves, right? It's the bloodiest game of 20. You thought it was going to be one of the bloodiest games of 2021, so here's a group, it's surrounded, they're going to make a base, and then they're like going to throw in and die, and that's it. Boring freaking game, right? Stick with me. The story gets better. Forcing move. Connects. Trying to reduce all the things. Respectable. Greedy AF. Leaving bad shape points, but kind of respectable? The weird shape here, though, is interesting to me. It is interesting to me, because there's some clearly weak shapes that even I can identify. So I kind of have to wonder, is this part of White's weaknesses in fighting? The fact that their shapes are just kind of slightly wibbly-wobbly? So yeah, pokes at it immediately, because hey. Going in for a counterattack. Nice and strong response. Connects on up. Black says, stop it, you won't connect here. Go away. But now, Black has to defend. Because there's like, Aji here. Slowly getting out. Slowly getting out, and these two stones aren't completely dead yet. Black's gotta be a little careful. Take shape point away. Moving closer and closer to these cutting points. Black follows. Says, can I cut through you? Answers no. Can I come out? Maybe. Can I cut through you? Answers no. Now we have some reading on our hands. There's a lot of Aji here for both players. It's a lot to read out. A lot to read out. Countercut goes after the cutting point. And these stones are technically still not quite dead yet. Ane. And now we have a cut. This is a read we cannot get wrong. No, we cannot. Because White's surrounded, but Black is also surrounded. And Black's technically surrounded here in the corner too. It's probably not going to be as big a deal. Atari. Throws in. You can see what we're going for here. Shapes getting kinda messy. Now here, I would probably... I'd probably take or Atari or something. I don't even know what. I know I would not throw in. I mean, there's like the Atari here. And the Atari here. Like, it seems like there's a thing. Push, same thing. Hane. Threatening to cut through. And now we can see we're slowly getting even more complicated here because this is hanging on by a stone. But we can threaten to kill first. Into a take. Push out. Getting to cut off the right-hand side group. Very, very messy. This little group over here that we thought, it ain't going to be doing much. It's actually threatening to kill a lot of things right now. Starting to surround. Immediately goes for life. Goes for life. And denying eye, by the way. Comes out, otherwise we're going to be, kind of dead. Time to go back and live here because we've got pushing and cuts here. We have shape problems here. This is also in trouble. Black says, stop it, I'm going to kill you. So time to go for the cuts, because this group is now weak. This group is doing a lot more than I ever would have anticipated it doing at this point. That is for sure. Atari, because it's already netted. So you have to go here, here, into here. Sensei. Threatening to cut through. Black pokes. Now here's the problem with this shape. These stones are dead, which makes this immortal. This got out, which makes this jump really, really strong, defending the group. This is alive by virtue of if we descend, then sure, we make the two eyes. But this one here is the one that holds everything up. How do we live with this group here? Because we could play this one. But if we play there, this is still a false eye because we can throw in. And if we play here, there's the drop down. So the answer is we cannot live with white in the middle of the board. And if we can't live with white in the middle of the board, that means get wrecked, you're dead, and you've lost the game. Which means white resigns. Easy peasy. Now, like I said, this is one of the early candidates of the game, of the best of Murdering. And I really liked it because it features white, it features white trying to back off and not fight, and then immediately change their mind to live in a heavily surrounded area that apparently they couldn't live in. They ran it out for a ton of moves, and Black had to get them all right in order to kill it. This sounds heavily familiar to me. Because look at how far this got ran out. Like, look how far this got ran out. All the way from here to all of these continuations. While white searches and searches for any possible thing they can do. Like, maybe, no. You're dead, you're dead, you're dead. I can kind of see how Black won 5-0 now. She is now 5-0 against white. It is pretty good. It's pretty good. What's interesting is since game before last, they played and white was a 5-dan. White since ranked up to 6-dan to face her nemesis again. Good old Asami. And Asami just smacked her again. It's like, I've come back to you stronger. I don't care, I'm gonna kill you. It's an interesting tale between these two. You gotta like it. You gotta like it. It's like, will white go up to 7-dan? And if so, will Asami just meet her and kill her again? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Games didn't always end in huge murders, though. I will go ahead and say that. Didn't always end in huge murders. Sometimes they were close. But yeah, cool game. I liked it. Definitely a Murder Monday. Hope you all liked it too. I can't tell you who's playing and what I'm probably going to be picking for the most bloodiest game of 2021. But I will say, hello, go to the end of the game. You're ruining my narrative here. I will say, the death of this group doesn't even begin to compare with the game I have in mind. Doesn't even begin to compare with the game that I have in mind for December's, that you're going to see in December. Anywho, hope you enjoyed the game. As always, I'll see you next time. Take care, buddy.